Good morning, everyone. It's Debbie Gilbert from the Best Business Women Awards. And today I'm joined by Maggie Sarfo, who is a business coach and also a regional director for the Athena Network for the London City area. So welcome, Maggie.
Thank you, Debbie. It's always a pleasure to be here. Very delighted.
Well, I'm so pleased that you're joining me this morning because you are one of the judges of the Best Business Women Awards. So today we're going to focus on talking about judging and those entries and what sort of piques your interest. So you've been judging now since 2021. So you're coming up to, I know, it's just gone by so quick, isn't it? Your fourth year this year. Incredible. And I know you judged other awards before you judged our awards. Maggie, you get presented with a lot of entries. So what is it you're looking for? What really piques your interest?
So for me, I think everyone who musters the courage to, enter an award is doing something amazing. But what really piques my interest is the fact that, because you've made the decision to do it, then make it really work for you. So I'll give you three areas that really piques my interest. And in my view, I think that really contributes to you standing out. So the first one being answering the question directly. Because before you enter an award, you may have different things in your mind that you want to say. If it's not relevant to a particular question, please do think about that question and answer it directly. And then as you do that, my second point will be to support the claims with your proof. Right. So if you're saying your business has grown by X percentage, support it with a proof, a number, something from your account, or something that really shows that this is the truth. It could be testimonials. If you're talking about customer service, please support it with a proof because it really goes a long way to support your entry. And then my final point is tell a story to demonstrate your points wherever possible. I feel that, the old adage that, stories sell and facts tell will always be the case. Stories are more memorable. And when you can tell a story to then demonstrate a point, it really sticks with, the judge. It sticks with your audience when we announce it during the gala and things like that. So those are the points that I want to highlight as being really key areas that stand out for me. Incidentally, this morning I was listening to an audiobook around how to become a unicorn. And, the fact that you want to, enter business awards means that, you have all the aspirations and the capacity to be a unicorn. And a unicorn always stands, a bit of a head above the rest. And you are one, so do it.
Great advice. Be more unicorn. I love it. I love it. So really what you're saying is the devil for you is in the detail, is actually having these facts and information presented to you. One of the things that I always say is about labeling evidence. So when you're uploading your evidence is to label it for which question it relates to, because as a judge, that's going to make it a lot easier for you, isn't it?
Absolutely. I would agree. And what does that look like? You put it in the description of that document that you're sharing, or if possible, you can also type it on the document if you're doing it on Canva or something. But otherwise, just title it that way so it's easier. Yeah.
So what sort of common mistakes do you see that you think, oh, I wish you'd just done that because it would have changed the way that I could rank this application? What sort of things are you noticing that people aren't doing?
So one of the common ones that I feel, can be easily corrected as well if we were to pay attention to it is that supporting evidence. And it's not to say that the point you raise is not the truth. It's just that the evidence really does help. Otherwise, how do we tell you apart from someone else who also says the same thing? And one thing I really love about you in the Best Business Women Awards, Debbie, is the fact that the quality of the entries are so great. And so, we are always looking for opportunities to, give you all the credits that you need to then be able to move to the top. And so, forgetting to add the evidence to that is something that can be a shame, because it could be really close but not quite.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite sad sometimes, because that when people ask for the feedback and we have to say to them insufficient information or insufficient evidence,
Yeah.
is the killer. It's the thing that's meant that they weren't shortlisted.
Yeah.
And I think, at the end of the day, it is that one shot chance with your entry form, because we don't do interviews, because I feel like you guys give up enough of your time to actually assess the entries themselves. So you've got that one opportunity really to get everything into your entry and submit it. And so you've got to make it your best entry, haven't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say, one point, so not adding enough evidence could also be, succinctness. So succinctness is a real skill. But then in certain areas, yes, you can state the point you're making succinctly, but you have to go into the detail, and not going into the detail, like Debbie was saying, insufficient information could be what might cost you. So yeah, please remember to give us
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I think that's very true. And I mean, obviously you've looked at a lot of entries now over the years that would run into hundreds. Is there anyone that you want to mention this morning that stood out for you?
Yes, I would. And I will firstly describe what she did in her entry that really stood out for me. Because, in addition to, doing all these things that we're talking about, she also then attached her next 10-year strategy, 5 or 10-year strategy. And it was the full document. And again, it supported everything she was saying about how well the business has achieved up until now. But it did go far and above and beyond, I would say, in terms of helping us see the vision. And I think that really stood out for me. The company is called Sensory Smart Child Therapies, and the owner and director is Karen Garner. So yeah, that one still sticks with me every single time, Debbie.
And Karen actually went on to win other awards that year. It wasn't just our awards.
Yeah, it was very emotional for her. She didn't expect it, obviously, but yeah, no, it goes to show that she really, did over and above what was required. So she got rewarded.
Yeah, definitely. And fabulous business that she has as well. So Maggie, you run networking events as well as your business coaching company.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've certainly been quite passionate about is encouraging people to take on board the Networking Opportunity Awards, because they just don't do anything. I'm really shocked. And how do you see it? Do you see it as another networking opportunity as well?
I think it's such a huge opportunity not to be missed, and especially with the Best Business Awards, there is always information, when the nominations come out, or when they go through the next level, they get announced and things like that. So even before the final stages of the award, you really need to be following, the platforms for the Best Business Women Awards and connecting with the people who are being mentioned, because that is such a great way. And then by the time you are actually at the awards gala, you have already met people online. You probably have started some conversations, but if not, then you get to then have those conversations, because I believe that, simply doing a connection online is great, but you could take that step further. And I think those who combine the two by making it a point of getting to know people and seeing where the relevance could come from, in both ways. How could I help you? How could you help me? Or just, I'm just interested about you, about your business. It is a great way. So networking opportunities connected with awards are huge. And I think, Debbie keeps saying this all the time, is massively underutilized. But, those who do it well, they reap great benefits, including business as well.
Yeah, because I mean, we run a couple of events every year for our winners called our Winners Club events, and you come along to that, don't you, Maggie?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is another touch point where you can meet people again in real life,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously you might have connected online, and then the final is just such a crazy night. It's so
Yeah.
busy. So it gives you an opportunity to kind of then have that next bite of the cherry of sort of chatting to people again in real
Yeah.
life. And we've seen some amazing collaborations over the years and people who've done business with each other. It's been amazing, to be honest. So I think the problem is people don't reach out. And, you know, I can give you a great example. I was a finalist of the Great British Businesswomen Awards this year in January.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got one of my team to go through the finalist list and pull off all their LinkedIn profiles. You know, they had to do it manually, but, you know, it didn't take that long in the end. And I connected up with every single one of them.
Mm.
And on the night, people were coming up to me saying, "Oh my goodness, you're Debbie Gilbert. You know, you reached out to me. Nobody else did it." And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, no one else out of 170 women, not one
Mm-hmm.
other person did that? Really?
Missed opportunity.
Totally missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a bit about your networking events. So you run these online.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Tell everyone when you run them and what the format is and a bit more about the Athena network.
Yeah. So I run them online with optional in-person events as well to support the online connections. So yeah, and the online meetings are monthly. You know, you can come and visit us if it feels right for you and you like to join, then, you know, you're welcome to join us. You get, you know, your category, your professional category protected within your group as well. So it means that, say, if you are a graphic designer or a photographer, a branding photographer, or, you know, a solicitor, your category is actually protected within that group. But you also have access to a wider range of other groups and other networks, not just within the London City region, but also in the wider network, because the Athena network in any 1 month could be running 80 to 100 meetings up and down the country, online and in person. And I think that is, you know, a great thing for a lot of the members, because they don't have to be with so many different networks, although they can, and we do encourage them to be, you know, to be part of other networks as much as they can. But within that core membership within Athena, you have such a broad range, of categories in terms of, you know, spreading your wings, but not too thin. I say have a strategy behind it, so it can really bring you the benefits, the business benefits and networking benefits that you're looking for. Yeah, so monthly, we currently meet on the second Thursday of each month. Is an extended lunchtime, so 12 to 2 p.m. online. And then the next one, the bank group meets on the third Tuesday, same time. But it also works out that every 2 to 3 months, you have the opportunity to come down into the City of London, to meet with others in person, and to deepen some of those connections as well. And we get great results from both meetings.
We do. I'm one of the members. I love it.
Mhm.
For many, many years. And, you know, I can't recommend it highly enough. And we had a lovely gathering in the summer. And I know you did one at Christmas, which sadly I couldn't make, but I will be there this year. And this kind of dovetails into talking a bit about your business,
Mhm.
because, you know, your overarching business is business coaching, isn't it? And business strategy.
Yeah.
So talk me through a little bit about that and what you do with your clients.
Wonderful. Thank you. So the business is called Mary's Consult Limited. And it's all about enabling business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders to really explore new ways of being, leading, and growing their business exponentially. Bringing it down to, say, Best Businesswomen Awards kind of business owners. It's all about revenue growth for me. But that takes a combination of both the person and the business. And so for me, growth really needs to start from where you are and where you're looking to get to. And we work through things like the vision, the mission, the business planning, the strategy behind it, how you're executing it, and also how you take it to that next level that you're looking for. I normally get attracted to business owners and entrepreneurs who feel that the business has perhaps hit that kind of ceiling, whether that is a self-imposed ceiling or an environment, an external macro factors ceiling. We will get through that to be able to do that. I'll give you an example. I was working with a bookkeeping business who was kind of stuck around the 70K turnover every year, and we worked with her. And over the last couple of years, her business now turns over 360. And then she's looking to get to 500,000, and she'll be 60 by then. And then she wants to kind of hand it over. So we're planning succession planning for her as well. And there are businesses who also turn over in the millions, and they do work with me because my background is broad, business consulting, sales, and sales leadership. And more recently, the business is also evolving more into AI and the impact. So AI business value creation. So more in application to the growth of the business in terms of sales and marketing and customer experience. So those are areas that I focus on these days as well.
Amazing. So awards can play a huge part in the growth of a business, can't it? Because it can massively catapult that business forward.
Yeah. And I recommend that all the time.
Yeah. I think people undervalue what a business award is sometimes when I sort of talk about business awards when I'm at events, and people will be like, oh, well, it's just a bit of a vanity thing. And I'm saying, no, it's far more than a vanity thing. It's much bigger than that, because actually it gets you noticed in so many different ways. And also, I think it can help you get further investment in your business. It can help you get
100%.
PR, all sorts of things. And if you come to sell your business and it's won awards, it's going to be worth more money.
Absolutely. Yeah. It helps you stop some of the explaining, right? If other people have already put you on a certain type of pedestal, especially with an awards like yours, Debbie, because it's so rigorous, and it's a very well recognized national awards, then it carries so much more clout, and so it really does help the business, in all its ventures, seeking new clients, going for more funding for the business, winning contracts as well. So it's incredible.
Yeah, we've seen this impact from our winners over the years, because people tell us, oh, after I won the award, I got this, I got that, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. We've had some really, really strong stories. And also our winners go on to do other things. They might write a book, they might start a podcast, they might even become speakers and go on the TEDx stage, which is something that you did.
I did indeed. Yes. Yeah. And I've written a book as well. Yeah.
You have. I was about to sort of talk about the book and the TEDx talk. So the TEDx talk, what was your title of your TEDx talk?
The official title is The Blurred Lines Between Programmed and Human Emotions. And it's all about artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence, human emotions. And I did this TED talk back in 2022. And I think I couldn't have chosen the best audience to do this TED talk to, because it was a good combination of younger generational people who were about to, like sixth formers who were about to step into the career ladder. So we went through things like what to expect in the future of growth and future of work, and the type of roles that are needed, and also to support the fact that AI is not necessarily cutting the jobs, but it's creating jobs that will really help businesses and the world to grow to a next level. And I think with every change, it comes with these apprehensions, but it's about how we understand how to upskill ourselves. More importantly, in the area of becoming more human. And so the emotional intelligence element, which I talk about, train about, speak about, is really important, because combining that with the artificial intelligence is what is helping businesses to grow, what is helping people to develop and become their best selves. So
that's what it's about. Working with AI, isn't it, and not against it. I think that's the message. And so the book, Happiness, tell us a bit about that.
So the book, which is happily sitting here. It's called The One Secret to Happiness. It's very colorful, so you won't miss it on Amazon should you go looking for it. So that was inspired by my personal growth clients. So even though I do the business growth work, I also have a group of clients who just work with me on their personal growth. So those who are asking those deep questions about who am I, what's my purpose, and that kind of thing. But the book is written for everyone who is looking for that consistent levels of happiness without the imbalance that sometimes I see happen, where maybe the career will be going really well, the business will be going really well, but maybe the relationships and the family or other parts of their life and passions are not going the way they want to. So The One Secret to Happiness shares a tool that I use with my clients. It's like a self-mentoring book, so to speak, that enables you to look at what I call the 4 aspects of the self: emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual, if it means something to you, and how to bring yourself back to balance in all these 4 areas so that you will have that consistent levels of happiness that we all deserve.
Well, that's a good point to end our live today, about the book and about the secret to happiness. I think that's a good point. So thanks for joining me this morning, Maggie. It's been great chatting to you. And if you are watching today and you're sort of thinking, do I enter the Best Business Women Awards? Just do it.
Absolutely.
Just get your entry done.
Just do it.
Just do it. We're open till the 10th of June, so you've got lots of time, and there's plenty of resources out there to help you. And the other resources, just contact us and we're happy to give you some advice. So thank you, Maggie. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.